Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for joining me for today's Lunch and Learn. I don't think I've ever worn my hair up in a lunch and learn. I'm trying to remember if I have. I don't think that I ever have. This is actually a preferred way that I like to wear my hair up as opposed to down the way it is in most of the lunch and learn videos. But yeah, that's just a fun fact about me. But let's just hop into it. I am have a busy day today, so I am a little late with this, but I definitely wanted to get it done for this week and this topic because before you know it, summer is going to be here, just like the slide says. 4 ways to make your summer count as a first generation college student. That part doesn't say that, but that's what this is because that's what BGOC is. So again, thank you for joining me for today's. I'm a little punchy today. Sorry about that. Thank you for joining me again for today's BGOC Lunch and Learn. The topic, like I said on the slide, it says 4 ways to make your summer count. If you're on your way to college, like you could be in high school right now, or this is even appropriate for if you are currently in college. I get it. Trust me when I say I get it. After months and months of classes for 5 days a week, I know that you're looking forward to a break. I know it, and you absolutely deserve it. However, we don't succeed and stand out from the crowd by relaxing and just chilling and taking breaks all the time, right? Like that's not how things go. That's not how life works. That's not how any of this happens. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of the poem Invictus. It's like a big thing. You kind of learn it if you are in, let me think, like maybe some sort of rites of passage thing. Maybe if you want to join a fraternity or a sorority. And obviously in this case, my concern is sorority with BGOC. But if you haven't heard of the poem Invictus, I'm going to read it in a second, but I just hopped right into this, so I really think I need to introduce myself. And for people who don't know who I am and who've just possibly stumbled upon my channel, welcome, thank you. And let you know who I am. My name is Monica, and I am the founder and CEO of Black Girl on Campus, also known as BGOC, where I take the overwhelm out of all things college for African American girls who will be or are first generation college students. And I've been doing that for so long, like as long as I can remember, probably since graduating college. I've just been really like reaching back, like to say, lifting as I climb, and mentoring young women who look like me. So I've been doing it for such a long time, but I officially started BGOC as a business, as a company, back in November of 2017. And I started BGOC because I too was a first generation college student when I went to college, and I definitely could have used some help along my way. Absolutely, without question, positively. But I didn't get it because I didn't know where to look. And I had to basically figure it out on my own. And now that I'm so removed from college and, just college life and all of those things, and also giving back to my own university, the University of Albany, New York, shout out. I always shout out my alma mater. If you're new here, you will hear me constantly shouting out Albany because I had such a great time there. But now that I'm so removed from the college experience as a student, and now I'm also giving back as an alumni and am mentoring young women constantly as long as I have, I know I missed out on a lot, and I can see that they're continuing to miss out on a lot, right? So I did a lot of stumbling. I don't want you to stumble as a first generation college student. So that's why I do this. I mean, I know what it means to be unsure, uncertain on your journey to college, once you're at college, you're on campus, and then ultimately starting out in a professional career. So what I do through BGOC is just help you feel confident, empowered, and just ready to succeed, slay, all those things as a first generation college student. Does that sound good? I hope it does. So Lunch and Learn. I said that at the top. You're like, okay, what is Lunch and Learn? Lunch and Learn is a few minutes with me. I try to do it every week where I do a brief teaching on a subject around college planning, around being in college, around getting ready to graduate from college, something to that effect. And you'll get a takeaway or two. Sometimes it's more, most times it's more, that you can implement right away. Like as soon as you finish watching this, you can implement it. And it's brief. When I tell you it's brief, you'll be shocked at how fast we're done today. But you can implement it right away in either college planning or your success as a first generation college student. The videos are indeed, as I said, like quick, brief, bite-sized. And it's like that so you can implement like that. Implement quickly. So I have a bunch of videos in my Lunch and Learn series right here on my YouTube channel. I encourage you and invite you to check them out. They're on different topics of importance for African American girls, again, who will be or are currently first generation college students and or even about to graduate from college. So I've done all of that spiel. Let's just hop right into it. I said I was going to read Invictus earlier, so let me get into that. And you can read along with me. It's right there on the screen. Excuse me, or you could just listen to me. But what I really want you to hear it too. But sometimes people, it's important, like if they read along, that, makes more of an impression. So feel free to read along. That girl on the screen, on the picture, is all strong, because that's what Invictus is about. But quickly, out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced, nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloodied, but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. Basically, look, everything is being thrown at me, but guess what? I'm still standing. I'm good. It matters not how straight the gate. It doesn't matter how straight the path is, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. This is the line you probably heard somewhere in a movie or someone has said it. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. This poem is all about, you guessed it, strength, like the girl on the in the picture on the screen, about remaining steadfast and focused and all of those things despite what maybe getting thrown at you, despite wanting to throw in the towel, or you're tempted to throw in the towel, or you feel defeated and you just want to, like, you know what, throw up your hands. I'm done. I'm good. I am a proponent of resting and getting your downtime 1000%. Don't get me wrong about that. But I am also, I know that, as a budding or if you're a current college student who's going to be first gen, or you are first gen, again, wanting to quit because of the overwhelm and the embarrassment even of not knowing what to do, it seems really viable. It seems like something like, yeah, I could do that. Like, who's going to know? Who's going to care? Who am I going to be impacting if I do that? But it isn't viable. And by watching this right now, by taking your time, this 10 minutes that it's going to take about moving forward from this, shows that you have a desire to invest in yourself, to figure things out. And that right there is the victory. So you need to give yourself a round of applause. So stay the course. And let's go into the first tip on how to make your summer count. Making a visit or visiting a college, a summer day trip, that is a really cool, a great idea, something you should do. It doesn't have to be you get, paying all this money to go to some school someplace or whatever. It could be a local community college. It could be even a local four-year college that's near you or something like that. But doing something like this, as the slide says, during your freshman through junior years in high school will get you and get your wheels turning. I had the opportunity to do some college tours with many mentees just over the years. But there's one in particular that stands out because in this instance, she had already committed to the school. But we both felt important as a mentee for her to see the school before she actually went and arrived and, dropped her stuff off in the fall and was there ready to go. A visit to a college or colleges over the summer, if you're interested in the college, is great. It is really one of the most informative interactions that you could do while deciding on colleges to even apply to, much less attend. I encourage all students, whoever applying to college, to visit them first if they can. I mean, I didn't visit my alma mater, the University of Albany, this upstate New York, before I got there. But I mean, and to that end, I'm really glad that I ended up, loving the school and everything worked out well. But sometimes that's not the case. So if you can visit a school that you're interested in, and again, if you can't, that's fine too. But just to get the cadence of being on a campus, a college campus, visiting a school can help you narrow down your list of colleges too. And the summer admissions tours are helpful. It can be helpful in your decision-making process of, where you're going to apply. There will be students there, so it's not like you're not going to see anyone. There'll be students on campus, and it won't be nearly as busy as it is like when it's like the hustle and bustle of the school year. I mean, that's cool too, of course, because you see like things in action. But, if you just want to take a leisurely stroll over the summer and say, let me go check out this college campus, I think it will be a good thing, because visiting, it also gives you a good idea on whether or not, especially if it's a school that you like or you're interested in, it gives you an idea if you like the campus or not, whether you could envision yourself even attending that school, and whether the school would be a good fit for you. You can kind of feel that. I just saw a post from someone, their daughter, she is not a first generation college student, so she's not a mentee of mine, but she decided to attend Spelman College in Atlanta. And she was, her dad was saying, like it was like the weekend, like going to the school and interacting with the students that were there. Like that was the thing that made her say, Spelman is the school that I want to go to. And another bonus of going on and visiting a college is that most of the tour guides are current students. So who better to get real world insight from than people who attend the school already? And finally, like all the tours are organized by the admissions department. And this is really cool. This is really key. So if you're really interested in going to a school and you happen to be able to visit over the summer, this summer that's coming, you'll get the opportunity to speak with people directly, and bigger than that, network with them. Don't walk away without getting their card. With someone who's an admissions officer. And then you can follow up with your questions or really express your interest at that point, that you're really interested in that university. So, and without all the other kids that are there during, a regular tour in the fall, you kind of have like some almost like one-on-one time, because there's so few people that kind of do this. So consider making a visit to a college, a summer day trip this year. And if you can make it a college, if you're a junior or a senior, if you can make it a college or a rising senior or a rising junior, that is, and you can make visiting a college that you're interested in, it's like in the back of your head, I'm like, oh, I'm thinking about that school this summer, definitely do it. This master Google and their never-ending world of the free. I love Google. I mean, I know, and especially in the pandemic, a lot of people were probably I know they were using Google and got more familiar with it, like teachers and students and everyone. But the level of free in Google Apps really is mind-blowing. I mean, it's bigger than Sheets and Docs and Gmail and the Drive and the calendar. Like, have you ever checked out the More from Google? It's the tab at the top. I think, yeah, is it the tab at the top? It's a tab, and it's like a 9-dot symbol by the settings wheel. I think that's where it is. Yeah, there's Google Meet, of course, and you can host meetings for free and stuff like that. I was a big proponent and used to use Google Keep a lot, and that's why I would write most of my captions or just blog posts and stuff. Like if I was on the run, I would keep it in Google Keep. There's Translate, which is really cool. You can translate text messages or not so much text messages, but text documents and websites from a completely different language. Finance, which is really important just in life. You can just check out real-time financial information and currency stuff and just put it right into Sheets, like directly from Google Finance if you're into stocks and stuff like that. There's so many things. There's so many things. Then there's sites, which is really cool. I'm not going through all of them because there's so many, but then there's sites, which is really cool because it's like your own personal website, and you could kind of make your resume there if you wanted to, or showcase your talents in a different and unique way. So there's so much more. And most of it is completely free. I don't want to say everything is, but most of it is completely free. And all you need is a Gmail address, which most people have in these days, to access all of what the wide world of Google apps. So knowing, why am I saying to master it? Because knowing and using Google apps more broadly than just the basics. I mean, because I'm a basics one. Like, I know not even all the ones I mentioned earlier, like, Gmail, calendar, I use that a lot, Sheets, whatever, docs. But knowing it and really knowing it more broadly, that can help you be more productive and stand out in ways that you didn't really know were possible in school. Once you graduate from school, because most people don't know it. I'm gonna say that right now. Most people don't know all of Google and what it offers. So if you can come in there and be like, oh yeah, I know how to do that, or maybe we should use this free application in Google, and people are like, oh, especially in a job, and you could save them money by suggesting something like that, because we know Google's not something janky. Like, it's a real thing, and it's very, very powerful and robust. So take some time this summer, polish up your skills there, learn a new skill by mastering Google, and they're never ending. Never ending, it really feels like, world of free. Take a college class, because it's never too early to get the cadence of your future, like the slide says. And this is probably more for high school students, really, because if you're in college already and you're still first gen, you've obviously been there. But many colleges do offer summer programs to high school students. They can come up to take courses and actually live in the dorms. I kind of wish I would have done that. I did not. As I said, I didn't do anything. I didn't go anywhere. I just applied in senior year and just showed up at Albany in the fall. But these classes are taught by real college professors. These classes can be competitive. I'm not even going to lie. Like, you just can't go strolling in, because you have to apply, and you need to get the application and apply. But it's something to do, again, if it's a school you're really interested in, and you can, stand out. Like, if admissions, you say, oh, I took one of your summer classes, and you end up applying to that school. Like, how do you think that's going to bode for you? It's going to bode well. Like, they'll be like, oh, this person already invested in our community here by taking a course or two. But again, it requires an application, and it can be competitive. So if this sounds interesting, start looking now at colleges you're interested in attending for 4 years. I would really encourage that, maybe just to make it like a double whammy, like I just explained, to say like, oh, I did this, and it can show up on your college application when you do apply. But again, it's never too early to get the cadence of your future if you're going to go to college in the fall, like what it feels like to walk around that campus, sit and learn from a college professor, and see with your own eyes how very different than high school and high school teachers, college professors are. But quite frankly, if you're even in college right now as a first generation college student, taking a college course over the summer can help you boost your GPA. Because think about it, it's less credits that you have from a regular semester. And although the classes are shorter, like the class time, like maybe it's like 4 to 5 weeks, if that tops for a full semester in the summer, you also can focus more because it's like 1 or 2 classes that you're taking. It's not like, a whole bunch. I did that between my freshman and sophomore year. And I think I took like 2 classes, and it bolstered, like it shot my GPA up, because I got A's in both classes, because it wasn't as heavy, like trying to balance 13 credits, 15 credits, 16 credits, 18 credits sometime. So I was able to do that because my stress level was much lower, right? So, the classes may be virtual, and who knows, there's options to do virtual classes because things have opened back up. And I know that Zoom fatigue is real. So if you would prefer an in-person option, that might be a better fit. So check it out. Either way, taking a class over the summer, it provides so much tangible benefit if it's something that you can manage to do and get into a program if you are a high school student. So really think about it and consider it. I'm blocking the thing, sorry, but it says take a free online course. I know that you're over learning stuff that you need for school purposes. I totally get that. But take something maybe for free and take something for fun rather. And if it's for free, then why not? I mean, how would you like to take a college course for free in something that's fun? Like something that's like might not be your life's dream, but like you really kind of want to learn about it. Like check out something like Coursera or edX, and you may find yourself on a virtual campus of like UPenn or Berkeley or the Berkeley School of Music if you're into music, or Columbia or Duke with professors in real time. Or they could be pre-recorded, or in the virtual offices of businesses like the Museum of Natural History or Google or IBM. And that's just to name a few, because there's like hundreds. Like there are thousands, literally thousands of courses to choose from, all again, from my favorite word, free. I mean, if it's free, it's for me. I'm totally interested. And I would think that you would be too. Because listen, with 92 million and 40 million users respectively, Coursera.org and edX.org, they must be doing something correct. They must be doing something right with all those people that are engaging on their platforms. Summer is the season for rest, like I said previously, but you also want to exercise your brain muscles in preparation for the new school year. And again, what better way than for free and to walk away with expanded knowledge on a subject or a new skill. Like personally, I have longed to learn how to crochet. I'm not sure if that's on either one of those platforms or not, but I'm gonna check because I keep pushing it off and pushing it off. But I really want to like do like crochet a blanket. What do you crochet? You can crochet a blanket, right? That's what I want to learn how to crochet. Was it knit? Whatever. Doing that because people are like, oh, it's so relaxing and the stuff is really nice. One of my cousins, she crochet knit one of them, like a scarf and a hat and something else for me, like this really cool scarf, like a scarf that you can tie for the winter, and then another scarf that you can put and wrap around your neck. I was like, oh, excuse me, that's how it's done. It looked really, really cool. And she's done like blankets for her sister's baby. I want to learn how to crochet or knit, whichever one that is. And I'm going to do it because it's, you learn something new every day. That's the way you should want to live your life, is constantly learning. So guess what? Thanks for watching. I went a little longer today, but because I just said a lot of things and I was like adding a couple of things that was coming to mind. But thank you so much for watching. Like, how quick was that? I told you. Lunch and Learns are chock full of takeaways. I gave you, what was it, 3 or 4? Yeah, 4, because that's what the slide said in the front. 4 takeaways and just other little tips, actually, about the why you should do these things. And it was quick. So if you learned something, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel here, Black Girl on Campus. And listen, I do what I do with BGOC because there are things, like I said, that I didn't know as a first-gen student, and I don't want you to be that way. And as I continue to engage with my university, I learn more and more every day of things and ways that students can, or first-generation college students need support. So before I go, I want to invite you to check out, again, I mentioned it earlier, but check out the other videos in the Lunch and Learn series here on my channel. And also, if you find this type of content helpful to you and you are in the 11th or 12th grade in high school, or you are a first-year student in college, of course, and your first generation, or will be first generation, I invite you to join me in my membership community, College Knowledge University. It's CKU. And there you'll have access to me and college admissions folks and just other professionals that will make your journey into and while in college a success. And as you're on, on the back end, getting ready to graduate and whatnot. So There is a monthly investment. It's nominal. It's not a lot. It's not meant to hit you over the head, but the outcome of participating is super duper massive. So I'm going to put the link to CKU in the description box below. And if that's not your thing and you're just like, you know what, I want to learn a little bit more about her, I want to know what she does and talks about and stuff like that, then come on over and join my on-campus community. It's my email list, and I send out a weekly email because I'm not hitting your email up every minute, every time you turn around, because I can't stand that. I'm not even going to say how many emails I have. I have too many because people are constantly hitting me up. But at any rate, every week I send out, this is the important part, every week I send out a e-newsletter with at least one scholarship that I am 90% sure that you haven't heard of, and other resources for first generation college students. So the link for OCC, as I call it, and some other freebies and stuff like that that I've created, all of that is in the wonderful description box below, for students, for their families. So just, it's there to help you navigate this whole crazy, wacky world of college. So check everything out below, and you can always email me. It says it right there on the screen, but info@monicabritton.com. If you have any questions about today's Lunch and Learn, you want to talk a little bit more about it, or any other Lunch and Learns that you may watch in the playlist, hint, hint, as I said earlier. And again, just thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you on the next Black Girl on Campus Lunch and Learn. Have a great day.